This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, world's #1 tennis player Jannik Sinner welcomes Team 26 ambassadorship. This year's Laver Cup is all set as Team World and Team Europe meet the press. Team Philippines recovers in the FIDE 45th Chess Olympiad. And the Scorecard visits the UAAP Season 86 men's basketball MVP in his chosen home. All that and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 20th of September. Now, here's our roundup. After sustaining back-to-back losses that knocked them out of the top 10, the Philippine team made a comeback in round 8 of the 45th FIDE Chess Olympiad in Budapest. Grandmasters Julio Catalino Sadoria and John Paul Gomez led the Philippines to a 3-1 win over South Africa. Meanwhile, IM's Paulo Bensamina and Jan Emanuel Garcia split their games early. The team, coached by Asia's first GM Eugene Torre, go for the final push in their medal search, beginning with UAE in round 9 of the biennial event. Tennis world #1 Jannik Sinner was named ambassador of Team 26. Team 26 is the volunteer program for the 2026 Winter Olympics. The U.S. Open champion said both tennis tournaments and the Olympic Games rely heavily on a dedicated volunteer corps. Milano Cortina 2026 organizers are hoping to enlist about 18,000 volunteers for the Olympics and Paralympics, which will kick off in February of that year. Team Europe and Team World both voiced their hopes of a Laver Cup win in the tournament's 7th edition in Berlin, Germany. Europe captain Jorn Borg expressed confidence that the Europeans can end Team World's 2-year winning streak. World captain John McEnroe jokingly warned his players to make sure they win in what he said would be his last Laver Cup. Team World has a heavy American contingent with Taylor Fritz, Francis Taifo, and Ben Shelton, joining Argentina's Francisco Cerundolo, Chile's Alejandro Tabilo, and Australia's Thanasi Kokkinakis. Team Europe includes Spaniard Carlos Alcaraz, German Alexander Zverev, Russia's Daniil Medvedev, Bulgaria's Grigor Dimitrov, Norway's Casper Ruud, and Greece's Stefanos Tsitsipas.
For me, it's a privilege to be surrounded by Bjorn, by McEnroe, Rod Laver, all the legends from our sport who taught the tennis in the top of the sport. So for me, it's a just thing. Try to learn from them so closely, and obviously here in the Laver Cup, I think it's a really beautiful tournament. That I'm gonna try to enjoy as much as I can, with my partners. We used to fight against each other during the whole tournament. Now in this tournament, we're gonna cheer on each other. So it's gonna be a beautiful thing that I'm gonna try to enjoy. But yeah, I'm gonna try to learn from them as well as much as I can.
In this competition, it's just up to each of us to do our part to get the points. One person can't win it. Everyone's got a job to do. And
The tournament is named after Australian tennis great Rod Laver. Lyceum of the Philippines showed nerves of steel and rode on the overtime heroics of Macleod Guadagna and John Barba in today's NCAA Season 100 at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan. The Pirates rallied to beat Arellano in overtime 90-86. It was another heartbreaker for the Chiefs, who appeared in control late in the game but lost their nerves and missed out on ending its winless start. Heavily recruited rookie Chris Hobilla showed his worth for Mapua with an 18-point, 12-rebound performance, as the Cardinals smashed Letran 77-62. Entering the weekend at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center, this afternoon's win brings Mapua just a game behind league-leading St. Benilde. while Letran is in a 6-way tie with Perpetual, San Beda, EAC, San Sebastian, and Lyceum. The NLEX Road Warriors ended their 4-game losing streak and kept the Road Warriors' quarterfinals hopes alive in the PBA Governor's Cup. NLEX also ran Phoenix Fuel Masters 104-79 to claim win number 4 and ahead of last slot Group B rival Blackwater Bossing. And that's the roundup for today, the 20th of September. When we return, Kevin Quiambao takes his cue on the scorecard.
What we're doing today is we're going to fly a drone mission over the plot to construct a 3D model of the forest using two-dimensional photographs. And then it'll just follow. 6, 7, 1, 2, and then.
These estimates are not accurate enough, so doing extrapolation with these estimations, which are too optimistic, can give too much hope and too much optimism in the possibilities of forests to store carbon in the short term.
We use this, we collecting the soil and we wait and then.
How long is that sample itself?
So the aim is to estimate at the country level for every locations in Thailand to calculate how much carbon can be stored by 1 hectare of forest everywhere in Thailand.
It has no authorization.
We hope and pray that it will not.
Thanks for having me here.
It's an orchestrated
By myself, basically.
We always say that.
It depends.
A well-concerted effort.
Perhaps I can reiterate.
My greatest beefsteak. Iba pa tayo.
Rise and shine, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Paolo Del Rosario. Get ready because we prepared a lot of great content for you to make the day even better.
And hello, I'm Monique Tuzon, bringing you a wave of positivity and a splash of happiness. I'm Ann Assis Carrillo. Let's dive into some serious fun, and more fun.
Of course, we hope you found some inspiration.
And good vibes. Every day is a beautiful day!
On BNC, the Billionario News Channel.
We dropped by one of LaSalle's team practices at the Enrique M. Razon Sports Center and had a chat with Kevin Quiambao. We're here with UAAP Season 86 MVP and of course the main man of the DLSU Green Archers, Kevin Quiambao. Kevin,
hello.
Idol, welcome to the Scorecard.
Thank you for having me.
Kevin, bilang isang bata na nanggaling sa bayanan Muntinlupa, naisip mo ba na balang araw magiging best player ka in the UAAP Juniors to being the MVP now representing LaSalle in the UAAP?
Nung bata ko, dream ko lang talaga na makapaglaro ng basketball sa amin. Kumbaga, tumanda lang na nag-basketball lang, hilig lang basketball. Okay. And then, one time, nakapanood ako nun, tatandaan ko yun, Ateneo, sila Ryan Guenape.
Okay.
Sobrang in-idolize ko sa nung time na yun. And then,
sinabi ko sa sarili ko na, ayun nga, kailangan, gusto ko din makapunta kung saan naglalaro sila Kuya Ryan Bernabe. So, at that time, tumaas yung standard ko sa sarili ko. So, sabi ko, someday magiging professional basketball player ako or makakapaglaro ako sa big school.
Kevin, una kitang nakita maglaro ng basketball at Kinover. Player ka ng NU Bullpups. You won 2 championships and at the time, you were the best center in the UAAP and all of high school basketball. Hindi ka pa yung Kevin Quiambao ngayon, but at that time, you were already an elite basketball player. Naisip mo ba during that time na mag-e-evolve pa yung laro mo into what you are today?
Nung high school ko with NU kasi sobrang star-studded ng team namin. Meron kang Kuya Jerry Abadiano, meron kang Carl Tamayo, Terence Corteal, like big names na nung high school kami. So ako, for me, nasa isip ko lang paano ko sila tutulungan, paano ko patadalain yung buhay nila. So, ayun, kumbaga yung best spot para sa akin is yung center. So, tinake ko yun as a challenge lagi. And then, ayun nga, from center, right now na nagiging forward, nagiging guard na ako. Sobrang laking leap. Sobrang laking process na dami kong pinagdadaanan. And then, ayun nga, lahat ng hirap, lahat ng proseso, pinaghihirapan ko lang.
Pag-usapan natin yung DLSU. Coach Topex Robinson coming in. Paano nagbago yung kultura ng DLSU Green Archers with his arrival as the new voice, the new leader of the team?
Simula nung dumating si Coach Topex, pero actually si Coach Topex magkakilala na kami, LPU days pa lang. So player on an LPU juniors under Coach L.A. Mumar. And then Coach Topex, head coach ng seniors team. So pagdating ni Coach Topex sa Lasal, sobrang yung alam mo yung mutual feeling na kagad dahil nanggaling kayo sa dating school ng iisa. And then knowing yung culture na binibuild niya sa lahat ng napupuntahan niya is love, serve, and care.
Love, serve, care, yes.
So, nung time na dumating siya dito, parang ang gaan kagad ng feeling ko dahil, ayun nga, sabi nga ni Coach Topex, just be yourself dito. Wala akong set na standard sa inyo, wala akong set na rules sa inyo. Bahala kayo sa buhay niyo. Basta ako, nandito ako as a second father.
February 2023, this was a nice post by Coach Topex. Sinulat mo sa salamin ng gym, Season 86 champs. And then 10 months later, nangyari nga, nag-champion kayo sa UAAP. What was going through your mind nung sinulat mo yon? And how did you come up with that belief na kaya nyo mag-champion even 10 months before it happened?
Sinulat ko yun dahil, ayun nga, nag-set ako ng standard sa sarili ko. And then, knowing na, ayun nga, nag-champion ako ng juniors, sabi ko sa sarili ko na kailangan ko mag-champion dito sa seniors. Kumbaga, add to sa mga achievement ko as a player. Pero, nung dumating si Coach Topex, nakausap ko siya na, ayun nga, hindi lang dapat para sa sarili mo na mag-set ka ng standard. Mag-set ka ng standard kundi dahil sa buong team, dahil mahal mo yung buong team. So, nung sinulat ko yun, very confident ako. Galing kasi ako ng gym nun. Kumbaga, typical day na maganda yung araw mo na sinulat ko yun. And then, simula na nakikita ko yun everyday. Pag lumalabas ako ng dorm, lagi akong dadaan sa mirror na yun. So, para hindi ko makalimutan na, ayun, madami kaming kailangan prosesuhin kung paano maging champion. So, sobrang blessed ako na kung ano yung sinulat ko doon, ayun talaga yung mismong naging nung season 86. So, super thank you, Lord.
Lastly, Kevin, anong pinagkaiba ng UAAP Season 86 DLSU Green Archers sa UAAP Season 87 DLSU Green Archers? And how much better are you guys as a team trying to defend your championship?
Ayun nga, sabi sa akin ni Coach Topex, pag wala ka ng pressure maglaro, it's time to retire. Pero hanggat may nararamdaman kang pressure sa'yo, hindi lang sa akin, kundi sa buong teammates ko, sa buong coaches. Pagka wala ka na nararamdaman pressure, it's time to retire na. Ayun yung lagi sinasabi ni Coach Topex. So, for me, defending champions, wala sa vocabulary ko dahil, ayun nga, if you defend kasi magiging complacent ka eh. So, yung term ko sa sarili ko is attacking champions. Kumbaga, kung ano yung kung ano yung mindset mo ng season 86 na hunters kami. Ngayon na hunted nga kami. Pero hindi ko tatanggalin sa isip ko na attacking champions dahil nga, ayun nga, kung panibagong season, panibagong challenges na naman.
Okay. Ano naman, Kevin, para sa'yo, sino yung pinakamalaking threat sa title nyo? Sinong team yung tingin mong baka makalaban nyo sa finals, if ever?
As far as concern namin, every game lang kami, lahat ng teams sobrang lakas ngayon. Pero, ayun nga, looking at the roster, sobrang lakas ng UP and then, ayun nga yung expected ko na makakalaban namin. Pero, no disrespect sa lahat ng team. Sobrang lakas ng lahat ng team ngayon. Pero I think UP.
Sino yung paboritong ka-matchup na player ng isang Kevin Quiambao bilang ikaw yung MVP?
Ka-matchup, siguro sa lahat ng teams kasi kumbaga prepared sila pag magiging kalabang kami. Kumbaga lahat ng teams bibigay ang best sila para ayun nga matalo kami. Pero as a matchup, sino ba? Siguro mga dati kong teammates sa inyo, sila Harold, sila Raylan, yun. Ayun lang, parang mga dati kong teammates kasi sobrang sarap sila kalaban dahil nga, ayun, kasama mo sila dati na kakampi, ngayon kalaban and then different goals. Ganun.
Pero yung kanino ka pinaka nahihirapan? Kumbaga, yung toughest matchup mo?
Toughest matchup, kay Raylan Torres. Alam naman natin yung history na nung game 1, nilock up niya ako. Kumbaga, hindi ko nakuha yung usual rhythm ko. So, ayun, si Raylan Torres.
Okay. First official practice ni Coach Topex Robinson, sabi niya, it's not just about basketball. Yung vision niya is, where are you gonna be 15 years from now? Ikaw ba, where do you see yourself, Kevin Quiambao, 15 years from now with that vision and mindset that Coach Topex instilled in you guys?
15 years from now, hopefully coaching din. Pero right now, ang dream ko muna talaga is itong season na to, tapos maging professional basketball player, and then if matapos yung professional basketball career ko, ayun nga, coaching, 15 years, and then kung ano yung mga in-instill sa akin ni Coach Topex, hopefully ma-instill ko din sa mga new generations pagkadating ng time na yun.
Ang galing nga, coaching pa rin yung nasa isip mo. Talagang basketball talaga.
Basketball. Kasi ito na yung ano sa akin, yung magabuhay ko na yung basketball.
Lastly, Kevin, ano yung pinaka malaking pangarap mo for yourself and syempre para sa pamilya mo?
To be a successful basketball player and then businessman. Dahil, ayun nga, tulad nga ng sinabi mo, yung basketball hindi forever yan. So, kailangan mo din ng second option pag nag-fail ka sa basketball. So, ayun nga, simula ngayon pa lang, nagbi-business na ako eh. So,
anong business?
Business, clothing business.
Clothing business, nagbibenta ka rin ng damit. Okay, nice. Mga side hustle din pala.
Side hustle.
Oh, okay. Lastly, Kevin, ano yung pinagkaiba ng UAAP Season 86 DLSU Green Archers sa Season 87?
So far, Season 86, meron kaming Evan Nele, meron kaming Mark Nonoy, meron kaming Ben Phillips, meron kaming Joaquin Manuel, mga veterans. This Season 87, younger yung team namin. Sobrang bata ng team namin. And then, 9 holdovers lang from last season. So, bagong challenge namin is paano namin mako-cope up agad yung system as soon as possible. Kasi UAAP na, and then, ayun nga, kung ano yung nilaro namin season 86, kailangan lang namin maging 1% better this coming season 87.
Thank you, Kevin, and good luck.
Thank you.
A US-based columnist recently wrote about KQ resisting a 3-year, 36.7 million peso offer to play for a Korean league. Fastbreak.com.ph expounded on Kevin Quiambao's Facebook post with the hashtag #NotPerfect, saying, "Fake news, I did not decline it. I'm just focused on the UAAP right now and ending it with a green heart." Much respect to Kevin Quiambao, who is always focused on the now. And the now is winning a championship for De La Salle University and not thinking about the outside noise. Much respect to KQ. When the scorecard returns, be sure to keep your eyes on the prize.
People who are kids at heart never grow old. Going into toy stores bring out childhood nostalgia, and toy collecting and comic book reading are their top hobbies. With the 2024 Super Manila Comic Con just around the corner, collectors are excited to meet international comic book legends from the United States, Japan, Singapore, and Hong Kong. Today, we're excited to have on the show PhilBar's co-owner and Lego designer, Ivan Guerrero. Hello, Ivan. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Mai. Thanks for having me.
Tell us about the legacy of PhilBar's. How has it been retaining that legacy, aside from, of course, retaining the name?
So, we've always catered to the geek market, and the legacy really lives on in its customers, just like myself. When I talk about PhilBars, I don't really see myself right away as a co-owner, but as a customer, a loyal customer who has been shopping at the store since 1980 something.
So you know how they think,
yeah.
Right? Okay.
So I'm a customer first. In fact, I would say I'm one of the top customers at PhilBars. There's so much talent out there coming from the Philippines, just having this platform of self-publishing, it creates a lot of opportunities for our artists.
Is there a certain writing style that's prominent among our Filipino comic book writers?
I wouldn't say a prominent writing style, but I would talk about a little bit more about art style. So Filipinos are very detailed in artwork. They work very fast as well. So there's a lot of talent. And that's why a lot of international publishers really like working with Filipino creators.
Pathways to Success, a program that supports our micro, small, and medium enterprises here on BNC, the Billionario News Channel.
Health and wellness, it's experimental.
Because I like the idea of a salmon sperm DNA on my face.
Beauty, it's experimental.
Oh my God, my wrinkles, I didn't know.
Even fashion, it's experimental. We're here to dive into the trends and explore the taboos and the daring. We're not just talking about it, we're testing it. It's like our laboratory. It's the Lifestyle Lab.
Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. As we break down the upcoming matchups and deliver insights that will give you the edge to stay ahead of the game. In the PBA Governors Cup, Blackwater Bossing will face off against San Miguel Beermen at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium tomorrow at 5 p.m. Blackwater Bossing, coming off a 114-119 loss to Phoenix, has dropped 2 straight games. Despite strong performances from George King with 32 points and rookie Cedric Bearfield with 30 points, they struggled defensively, especially in the first half. Now on the threshold of the playoffs, Blackwater needs a win to keep their hopes alive. San Miguel, on the other hand, looks to bounce back after a 112-122 loss to Rain or Shine, where CJ Perez led with 27 points, while Terence Romeo added 24 points and Jordan Adams adding the same. Despite their recent stumble, San Miguel remains a favorite thanks to their depth and powerful offense. The Beermen's high-octane offense and experience make them the clear favorites. But Blackwater could surprise if their key players step up and they tighten their defense. Prepare for the 7:30 p.m. tip-off as Terra Firma Jeep takes on Meralco Bolts. Terra Firma Jeep is coming off a shocking 84-72 win over TNT, despite a rough start in the tournament. Stanley Pringle took over, scoring 13 of his 18 points in the fourth quarter, while Antonio Hester added 22 points and 10 rebounds before exiting with a wrist injury. Despite being out of playoff contention, Terra Firma showed resilience, securing their first win of the conference and their first against TNT since 2016. Meralco Bolts looks to recover after a tough 97-105 loss to Converge. Despite Alan Durham's 25 points and CJ Cancino's 21-point effort, the Bolts struggled in the final minutes without Chris Newsome, who fouled out late in the game. The loss dropped Meralco to 6-3, but they still hold second place in Group A. Meralco's deeper roster and playoff positioning give them an edge, but Terra Firma's momentum and Pringle's heroics could keep this matchup closer than expected. Mark your calendars for Sunday at 5 p.m. TNT Tropang Giga face Northport Batang Pierre at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. With TNT's playoff spot secured, Northport is in a must-win battle to keep their postseason hopes alive. Despite Tropang Giga's league-leading form, TNT was shocked by a stunning 72-84 loss to Terra Firma. Ronde Hollis Jefferson posted a near triple-double with 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 steals, while Roger Pogoy added 23 points. However, TNT struggled in the closing minutes, dropping to 7-2 in Group A. With their playoff spot secured, they'll aim to bounce back in this matchup. Meanwhile, Batang Pierre faces uncertainty after losing import Venky Joyce to a suspected Achilles injury. Without their star, Batang Pierre fell to Meralco 104-114 despite a 28-point performance from Arvin Tolentino. This loss brought Northport to 3-5, putting their playoff chances in jeopardy. A win against TNT could be critical to stay in the race for the quarterfinals. TNT is favored in this game by 12.5 points due to their deeper roster and playoff positioning. However, if Northport's Arvin Tolentino can deliver another strong performance, they might challenge TNT, especially given TNT's recent slip-up. The action continues on September 22, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. as the NLEX Road Warriors take on the Barangay Ginebra San Miguel at the Smart Araneta Coliseum, with NLEX battling for a playoff spot and Ginebra already securing their place in the quarterfinals. NLEX enters this matchup on a 3-game skid, having lost a thrilling overtime game to Rain or Shine 114-123 last September 17. Their new import, Daquan Jones, shined with 49 points in his debut, and Robert Bollick added 28 points. But the Road Warriors couldn't stop Rain or Shine's deep rotation. NLEX now holds a 3-5 record in Group B, tied with Blackwater in the fight for the final playoff berth. Expect NLEX to lean heavily on Jones and Bollick, but they'll need more from their bench, especially JV Mocon and David Valdez, to keep pace with Ginebra's depth. Ginebra, on the other hand, rebounded from a historic 49-point loss to San Miguel by dismantling Phoenix 112-96 last September 18. RJ Abariento starred with a season-high 24 points, while veterans Japeth Aguilar and Scotty Thompson provided stability with 21 points and 20 points respectively. Already qualified for the quarterfinals with a 6-3 record, Ginebra will look to fine-tune their game in this matchup, focusing on their balanced attack and defensive pressure. Justin Brownlee, who had 9 assists in the Phoenix game, continues to serve as the team's facilitator, while Maverick Ahanisi and Stephen Holt add key contributions off the bench. Ginebra's depth will be a challenge for NLEX to handle. Ginebra is favored by 7.5 points given their momentum and the fact that NLEX is still adjusting to their new lineup. However, if Daquan Jones can replicate his explosive debut and NLEX gets more production from their role players, they could make this game closer than expected. Witness how NLEX fights for their playoff lives against a Ginebra team eager to build momentum heading into the postseason. Boxing fans, get ready on Sunday, September 22, 2024 at the Mandaluyong Gymnasium for the WBC minimum weight title fight between Mexico's undefeated Luis Castillo and the Philippines' Melvin Jerusalem. Castillo enters the ring with a flawless record of 21 wins, 1 draw, no losses. 13 of those wins by way of knockout, and he's made it clear he's gunning for another KO in his first fight outside of Mexico. Expect Castillo to bring heavy pressure early, looking to end the fight with his knockout power. On the other side, Jerusalem with 22 wins, 12 by way of knockout and 3 losses, is coming off back-to-back decision wins. Fighting at home for the first time as a top-notch contender, Jerusalem is likely to focus on controlling the pace and dragging the fight into the latter rounds, where he excels. In terms of fight dynamics, Castillo's KO potential could give him the slight edge, but Jerusalem's resilience and home crowd advantage will make this a near-even match. It's shaping up to be a tactical war. One punch could change everything, so don't miss out. And of course, we have updates. In the PBA Governor's Cup, Magnolia pulled out all stops and put an end to Northport's quarterfinal hopes in Group A as the Hotshots beat the Batang pair 110-94. Now, before we go, think on this. From among the world's best and possibly the most confident football player, if you don't believe you are the best, then you will never achieve all that you are capable of. That's from the Portuguese legend himself, the one and only Cristiano Ronaldo. And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again next week on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport, right here on the Billionario News Channel. I'm Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening and happy weekend.
Up next on Billionario News Channel.